Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another ScaleRiders podcast episode. This is episode number 254. I am here with my guest, Vision124, all the way in the East Coast. I am your host, 65 Lokes. Yo, what's up, George? How you doing?
Hey Edgar, what's up? What's going on? What's up, everybody?
Nice. I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. I was very excited to do this episode with you. I know it's been a minute. You know,
It's
you
been a
you've been on the
while.
podcast before many times, but it's just I think, it was just time, man. It's been long overdue.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. There's always fun, man, and we always have a good time.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, man.
I gotten better at doing this, so I'm kind of getting used to it a little bit now. So
Yeah.
it's good to be back.
No, that's what's up, man. I appreciate you doing that. I know that the time difference and everything, taking the time to be on here.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, it's all good, man.
Glad it worked out.
At least, yeah, I'm glad that you told me a couple of weeks ago. So then, yeah, it worked out because tomorrow I don't work. So
Oh, nice.
so
Hell
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, I feel like a lot obviously has happened since the last time we've had you on, and
Hmm.
I've been kind of just doing a lot of solo episodes myself, and
Right.
I kind of for a while I I I just started to really like miss like having guests on and having like conversations with model building.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And when I decided like, all right, let's kick things off, let's get things started, I was like, I got to start things off with Armando,
Yeah,
let
absolutely.
let's get it going.
Uh-huh.
And it was just a like a fun conversation having with him,
Yeah.
and I was like, dude, I gotta get George on. I gotta get George.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Casey, and Casey was like, yeah, man, I love it when you have George on, man. It's so
Yeah,
awesome.
man. It's
So
cool, man. You know what? We've had good conversations, and there's guys that hit me up that, hey, man, I re-listened to that podcast y'all did, you and Edgar, a long time ago, and it's cool to hear that people still want to listen to those episodes, the original ones, you know.
yeah, yeah. Oh, that's pretty
But
cool.
this is good. I'm happy that you're back at it, and now having having guests because we look forward to it, man. I mean, even if, like, for instance, like my guys now, it's 1 a.m. over here, so they're
Mhm.
probably just gonna catch it on YouTube later.
Yeah.
But they're looking forward to watching it. So
Oh, that's cool.
it's cool, man.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah,
Mhm.
hopefully next time in the future when you're out here in California, by then I'll be able to invite you over, have even a more live, in conversation
Yeah,
podcast. I think that's more of the goal of
yeah,
where I
yeah,
would
yeah.
want to take it.
Yeah, that's good. I remember you were telling me you got a new pad, man. So that's good, man. Once you get that all set up, man, it's gonna be fun to have when you have guests live.
Yeah, nah, it will be. And
Mhm.
like what's been keeping you busy these days lately? I know you work a lot, but like on your free time now, what's been going on with model
Right.
building?
Well, model building. Basically, I've been working. I've been back at the bench, but basically, I have been kind of purposely building some certain builds for specific shows or whatever, you know. So or like my club barbecue. So my club barbecue, we always try to encourage the rest of the guys to build something new. So sometimes we pick a theme, sometimes we pick like a specific model that everybody has to build their way, and those are fun. So and the only rule we have is pretty much not to share any progress to like social media or anything, so that way when we go to the barbecue, it's a little bit more exciting because it's an unveil. So it's pretty much everybody has to bring something new, and you're pretty much unveiling it. So it's not like you've seen progress picture. Oh, I know what George is building. He's building a Porsche. Or I know what Danny's building of this. Or it's kind of like no one knows what you're gonna bring. So it brings anticipation to the barbecue, and it's fun because um just when we expect someone to build something a certain way, they kind of surprise you and go way way left. So, that makes it fun. So yeah, so I built something for the barbecue. We could show a little later. Um, and then I have a few projects that I have in mind. A few of them that are like they're gifts, so I can't really share on those. But I've been keeping busy, man, and pretty much I just recently went to California for the SoCal Open, so I got in on doing a build for that with Armando Flores. He was doing a presentation, so we could speak on that a little later. But yeah, so basically, I've been busy. The only thing I haven't gotten back to is posting, and I want to get back to that. Because there's a few people that reach out to me and say, "Hey, man, you gotta start posting stuff again," because they actually do miss my content. So I definitely want to get back to that.
Yeah, nah, you're right because there was some people that would hit me up and be like, "Hey, have you talked to George? Like, what's up with George? You know, it's been a
Right.
while.
Uh-huh.
I haven't seen him posting anything. Is he all right?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
kind of like what's going on?" And I was just
Yeah.
like, "No, like he's still busy. Like he's still active. You know,
Yeah.
maybe he's just in the moment building stuff and because sometimes it kind of takes away. You know, when you're in the middle of something."
Right.
You're like in the zone and then you're done and you're cleaning up or you're shutting down and then you realize,
Right.
man, I didn't even take any photos or
Right.
videos.
Yeah, exactly. That does happen. But in my case, it was more just life
Mhm.
priorities, family things that kind of you put your focus on that because you have to, and then you still do the things, your hobbies that you want to do, but you may not go like as you don't go like 100% like you would, like say if you didn't have so many other things in your plate. So I just basically been busy with else, life stuff that it was hard for me to just like, all right, and then do social media stuff. But now things have gotten a lot better, and I kind of got back my groove back. And I just got to get back to you know making videos and posting, because actually I do miss it now. Before I used to be like, oh man, like it was a lot of pressure to get something out, you know, like to social media, and so I also needed a break from that too. But now I'm starting to feel like, okay, it's time to do that again because I miss it.
Yeah, I remember watching on your YouTube channel, you had an old, it's like an older video that you had
Uh-huh.
posted where you're introducing yourself, you
Oh
know,
wow, okay, uh-huh.
and you're just like, hey, what's up? I'm George Vision 124, and you're talking about your models and stuff,
Yeah.
and I had never seen that video before,
On my
and
YouTube channel.
yeah, I
Okay,
started
yeah.
digging like back,
Yeah.
like, and
Right,
I don't,
right,
I
right.
think you were like on your bench or something, and
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, oh, that's pretty dope, like I never got to see this video, so this is like a video you must have recorded before I even met you.
Yeah,
So
because I was, before Instagram and before me and you met, I was heavy mostly on YouTube. So like I got a following there first because I used to get involved with all the YouTube like group offs, like like group builds on YouTube. So I would jump on those. So I was started getting a network there, like getting involved and getting to know these guys, and then going because I fly away to shows when I can. So I do start meeting YouTubers. So basically that video, now that you bring that one up, pretty much, there's times that the modeling community will ask uh although YouTube builders to, hey, how did you get started? So the community question was like, how did you get started? What, how you, was a like a questionnaire like that, like, and how did you get started? And we like to hear if you can speak on what got you into the hobby, where you at now with it, and all that stuff. So pretty much I jumped into that one, and everybody at that time was doing those videos. Hey, my name is this, introduce yourself, and that's basically it was great because it everybody was doing that in the YouTube community, modeling community, and you started getting more people to follow you because everybody was interested in how you started in the hobby and all that. So
Yeah,
that was the
that's pretty
purpose for
dope.
that video,
Hmm. Yeah, I
and
feel
that
like
was a way back, a while ago.
yeah, you should go back and rewatch it, dude, because I think
Yeah,
right now, if like, where you're headed right now with your builds and getting back into the groove of things, if you
right.
watch that,
Yeah.
it's gonna take you back, dude.
Oh yeah,
And
absolutely. Yeah. Definitely, for sure. Yeah, that I definitely got to do that. Once in a while, I'll bring up, if I'm building and I'm just putting stuff on YouTube, I might just throw a video of mine. And now that I start looking back, I'd be like, man, when you start doing this stuff, you're like rambling on too much sometimes. And I started realizing, like, man, these videos are too long. I'm talking too much, like, so I learned now that how guys pretty much they unveil their builds and they talk about stuff and they kind of keep it around the 10 to 15 minute range, you know and I think that's a good sweet spot, 10 minutes, because videos that are like half an hour, 40 minutes, like people don't have time to watch your whole video, you know so
mhm.
so so like when I go back into doing those, I know I'm gonna cut it down to shorter videos. I'm gonna try my best to, that way, I get my point across. I show my build, and I don't stay on too long because it's hard to keep people their attention. To after a few minutes for them to stay on your video.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. No, it
Yeah,
is. You're right.
yeah.
Yeah, I felt like once I started getting settled in and I started setting up my table and everything, I was like, all right, I'm gonna have the airbrush station in the garage. I'm gonna have my bench in the house,
Mhm.
and I'm just gonna do work over there and then come over here and paint. Like I was gonna be doing that. But
Yeah.
then I was realizing that noise and just the timing of stuff was gonna be a big issue, like in the
Right.
house. Like
Hmm.
whether if I was like cutting something, grinding something, or just just creating a lot of noise. So I decided to put everything together in the garage so I could just work whenever I want to, as late as
Yeah.
I want, be loud, and it's not gonna bother anybody.
Right.
And I was enjoying putting everything together, but then I felt like once everything was put together, I felt kind of stuck. Like, wait, now what do I do? Like kind of
Right.
lost.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, I've been like holding back for so long.
Right.
Now it's here, and
Yeah.
now what do I do? Do I jump in the water or do I just stare at the water?
Exactly,
That
exactly.
that's how I
Like,
felt for a bit.
like to me, I went through a lot of things this last 2 years, like family wise and personal stuff. And I said, oh man, when I get back, once the situation's over with, or I'm gonna get back into the bench and and now I'm back and I have the time. It's not like I didn't have all these like outside things like grabbing me. Now I have the time and I'm like, okay, what do I do now? Like, like I know what you mean. It's kind of like you kind of calculate that you're gonna do this, and it doesn't just sometimes it doesn't just work that way.
Yeah, yeah. The other day I was like working from home, and I was at some point, now like going into my lunch break, and I was like, oh, let me start packaging some orders, that I have from customers.
Yeah,
And I finished that fast, and I was like, all right, I still got time to kill. What do I do? So then I busted out a model and I
yeah,
started like touching it up, sanding it, and I just kind of forgot, wait a minute, I have that freedom now. I can go in the yard and just spray this thing with Tamiya primer. It's
right,
nice and sunny, and no one
yeah,
like I don't gotta hide. No neighbor's gonna like see
right.
anything.
Uh huh.
So it was different. It was like, oh, this
Yeah,
this is dope. So
yeah,
now I'm just like, all right, cool. I can't wait to, now that it's in the primer stage, I can't wait to lay like a base color on
right.
there. and then start seeing what other effects and things I add to it before
Hmm.
I, clear coat after,
Right.
and then just let it dry and do that whole process, you
Right.
know.
Right. Right. Right.
I'm very looking forward to that right there.
Oh yeah. 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 I mean, I did this barbecue build, and I had high aspirations to do something like very detailed motor, everything. And then when it came down to it, I'm like, man, I know me. Like I when it comes to shows, I try to never fail for the show. But deadlines sometimes, um it creates like for some reason, always at the end, I it always comes down to the wire for me. It always comes down to the wire for me. So like I don't want to get into a build that I'm doing engine work and all this stuff. And when you do those kind of things, you're spending a lot of time with detail. And I'm not a fast builder. So, you know, uh I don't want to rush those details, like the last minute details, because I make mistakes at the end. And then it's kind of like you spend all this time, and then right at the end you start making mistakes because you're trying to finish it for the next day, or like in my case sometimes is, like if I'm going to a show, I have to finish it before that because I have to travel as well. So it's
Mhm.
not like I have that last day either. I have pretty much 2 days, 3 days before I travel, I have to finish. So, that does I learn now that if I'm going to build something, and is if I don't have like more than a month time to finish it, then I'm gonna simplify the build. So like this time I just picked a build on my barbecue build that it was a curbside, but it was a lot of cool details in the outside that made the car still look like, oh damn, that looks dope. Like it's not just okay, it's a curbside, just a regular model. No, it like I pick up Liberty Walk build, which they had body kits, wings, and wide body and everything. So killer wheel stats. So it's kind of like no matter how you go, the car's gonna still look good because the stance is gonna be right. It's gonna have cool wheels, and then just the body kit alone is always impressive. Even with all that, you're not worrying about a motor because the rest of the model speaks for itself.
Yeah, like as far as like the stance, like how tell us a tip, like how do you do it to stance out your cars? I
Yeah.
know a lot of the
Hmm.
times you buy, you spend a lot of money on different wheels,
Hmm.
upgrade, even like aluminum rings and all that stuff.
Right.
I know whenever I try to mess with the wheels and the
Yeah.
mock-ups, a
Yeah.
lot of the times the stuff falls apart and I'm like, oh man, I'm trying to like put it all together, but
Yeah.
it just tends to like keep falling apart because I haven't painted everything, haven't glued
Right.
anything together. So
Exactly.
like, what's kind of your process to hold the whole thing together for a mock-up to get the
Right.
stance?
So I mean, as far as uh wheels and stuff that don't hold together, I always stick with the white glue, even if it's not painted or something. White glue that'll hold it. Or most of the times, the tires that I have, because for the most part, most of the tires I've been using are rubber still. They're not like 3D printed, so they're usually like tight. The tire itself will hold the rim together. So in that case, I don't have to like glue it together. I could just mock it up, even if the wheel needs painting. So what? I can still it'll hold the wheel together. Basically, every build, and I said this before, every build that I go starts with the wheels and the tires. It's not just the wheels; it's the tires. Like me, I love all my cars to be low, you know, and I want them to have uh you know like a stance as if the car was on air ride, where it's low to the ground, but not. Sometimes it depends on what car it is. uh, you know, they don't all have to be laying frame. Depending on what car it is, it doesn't all have to be always that the frame is all the way in the ground. It all depends on what it is. Uh, like if I do a Beetle, I still want a little rake in the back. But as far as the way I go about my stances, once I have the right wheel and tire combo, and for the most part, most of the wheels, I always even customize the wheels. I'm changing the offset. Sometimes I'm making the wheel with a bigger lip in the back, like a stagger setup. And unless I'm doing like a lowrider that they're all gonna be the same size. But like, let's say if I'm building, import car, that is rear wheel drive. I always want the back wheels to be deeper. And then the tires always have to, go with the wheel. So once I get the right wheel and tire combo, the rest of the build is pretty much, you know, um, it's fair game after that. It's basically, once I had the stance right, it's everything else. It's just finishing the model. To be honest with you, but the
Yeah,
stance is the most important thing to me, man. If you look at all my builds, it has to be. I gotta be happy with the stance of the car. It's so important to me. And that's how I am with my real cars. Like if I want to hook up a real car, it has to be stance right. That's just it. Just to me, it just it gives the car or the model attitude. It just it gives it some kind of demeanor. If the car's sitting right. That's how I feel about you know every build that I do.
that's cool. And as far
Hmm.
as like the white glue, so when you apply the white glue, like let's say it's not tight, but you want to
Yeah.
apply a little bit white glue, do you just kind of leave it overnight for it to dry and then come back to it maybe the next
I
day or
mean,
so?
not really the canopy glue or any of those white glues, that hobby white glues. Um, they'll work. They usually glue within a couple of minutes. They usually, you don't have to wait overnight for those. Um, and they dry pretty quick. Not as quick as CA glue, but quick enough where probably in the next 10 minutes you're ready to mark them up.
Oh man, that's dope. Man, if I was going to one of your barbecues, I'd be bringing like a gang of wheels and be like, George, we need to stance out all these models right here.
It's funny because one of my guys keeps bringing me models to George. Can you like do your thing with the stance, like, and then I end up like grabbing them, and then next thing you know, I'll start taking apart the whatever suspension they did, whatever they did, and undoing that, and just starting fresh with what I did. And it's just because, man, that's like important to me, like how the way the car stands, and the way it's laying on the tables, and and I get a lot of compliments on how the cars look when they're stanced out the right way.
Yeah, so like on the in the barbecues, I've seen, photos, videos,
Hmm.
when you guys are getting together.
Yeah,
These are mostly what like annual get-togethers you guys do.
yeah, we try to do at least two a year.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much like the beginning of spring, like May, and then like right towards the end of the summer, like sometime in September. Because then October starts being fall and everything. So
Mhm.
we'll try to do at least two a year. And then like we'll pick a model, or like we'll just like the day of the barbecue, we'll just pass a notebook around, and everybody picks a theme or a model, and then we all vote at the end, you know what we want to do.
Yeah.
So like for instance, let's just say we pick the kit, uh we did uh Like we did one last summer, uh was anything with an LS motor. So that was a little different because you could bring any kind of model, any kind of kit, but as long as I had a Chevy LS motor.
Oh
So I
wow.
mean, I did a Porsche with the LS motor, So like
Nice.
guys did different wild things with the
Mm.
LS motor. So that was fun. Sometimes guys pick a specific kit, and after everybody kind of gets a chance to pick one, then we'll just kind of just pass the notebook around, and then everybody picks what they think, and then we'll vote and see. Okay, this is like, for instance, like I want to do one barbecue. I want to do weathered vehicles,
Hmm.
and what we ended up deciding this time around was we do Toyotas, uh, because being our show next year is going to be a Toyota theme. So I kind of suggested that we go Toyotas, because that way, if but let's say by the next barbecue we'll all build Toyotas, then we'll have at least 15 Toyotas. We could use these cars to promote the show, because we plan to bring the show back next year, and one of the themes is Toyotas. So we're gonna build a diorama, and then have one of the themes is gonna be Toyota. So I figure if we all build a Toyota, then we can start promote using these builds to start promoting for our show next year. So that's the next barbecue build. So I got a Toyota in that I just started mocking up like a week ago. So I'm gonna start working on that for our barbecue in September. And
Yeah.
then like our guys, what we do is we don't always do this barbecue in the same house. So sometimes we'll do it in my house, sometimes we'll do it at my friend Dennis's house. But like none of us really live close to each other. Only a couple of us. So one of us lives in Massachusetts, which is 3.5 hours from us.
Oh damn.
So since that's Dale, and since Dale comes to every one of our barbecues, no matter where it is, it's only right that he's gonna host one, and we all should make that trip to him.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
some of us are gonna be driving 5 hours to that barbecue.
Damn.
Uh, but it's only right because he does the trip himself when he comes down to our houses. So next barbecue is gonna be Toyota's, and it's gonna be at his house. So looking forward to that. That's gonna be sometime in September.
That's what's up, man. You guys are probably gonna have to do more buildings additions to the diorama.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know what? We planning on starting a new diorama. We're gonna scratch what we done before, because we've used it enough times that we need to start something else. So we have a couple of things in mind. So basically, the next in between the next barbecues, we're gonna have just meetings where we're gonna just work on a diorama, everybody together, all hands on deck. You know,
Nice.
that way, we everybody gets a chance, and it's better this way. The club is growing. We have a good amount of guys that are building heavy. So, and then we even started activating the diversified you not the YouTube, the Facebook page,
Mhm.
and we just started a IG page as well.
Yeah,
So
I'm connected with those.
right. So yeah. So we're trying to build that one up, and yeah, we're just sharing our club builds, and there's a lot. So there's a lot of things. It's good to have that, because future wise, we can always tag our club now, and like an IG, and we could start promoting our show coming forward, and any shows coming up, or like even like this podcast. We could start promoting other guys, and getting the club name out there again.
Yeah, that's pretty dope, man. That's a
Hmm.
cool thing. Yeah, because I started seeing it and I was like, oh, that's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean, you guys. kill it, man. You guys come out with so many different builds and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool because a lot of the guys are active, a lot of guys are building, and it's a lot of fun when you got guys that are real eager. And it's fun because like our local shows, we try to help as much as we can, like NNL East. Those guys, they need help, and so at least we can do, at least we could do the heavy lifting with for them, because they've been around for a long time. So some of these guys are already up there in age. So it's good that we can at least help them as much as we can. If you want, Edgar, I can start showing you guys my last barbecue build.
Yeah, let's check it out. Let's I'll let you take it away right now. I'm gonna set the
Right.
camera so this way it mostly shows your
Sure.
your build, but go for it, bro.
Okay. Yeah. There you go. Let me turn this light on. Okay. So can you see that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're good. Go
Okay.
for it.
So this is the Liberty Walk R35, one of the latest versions. And pretty much I just this is pretty much a replica of a real car that they made with this livery, the Playboy livery. And pretty much all I had to do was get somebody to make the decals for me. So I actually sourced the decals from actually a Hot Wheel designer. One of these guys who customize Hot Wheels, and he I asked him because I know he did these decals for 164 scale, and I asked him, I say, hey, do you mind making these in 124 scale? So he asked me for measurements and all that, and he knocked it out the park. So this is basically what I did. It's a curbside. Pretty much everything's from the kit. The only thing I did different was I added photo edge brakes, and the wheels are from Alpha Models Liberty Walk kit. So these aren't the original wheels, but I just slanted more, even lower than the kit brings, and I tinted the windows. I just kind of wanted something simple. I kind of went with like like a murdered look, and so I tinted the side windows. I left the windshield untinted. But yeah, it's pretty much straight out the box, besides the stance and the decals. And yeah, that was a lot of fun. And so I unveiled this because this time we didn't do a specific theme for the club. We actually what we did was bring anything you want, just let it be a brand new build. So this was my entry. So basically, Edgar, what we do is we draw we draw numbers, and pretty much you have to grab a number. Like, say if it's 12 of us, we grab from a hat, and whatever number you land, you grab from the hat. Like if I grab from the hat and it's number 3, then you're gonna be unveiling it the third one. So we go to the barbecue, and pretty much we hide this model until it's our turn to unveil it. So it's cool because we all take turns unveiling a car. So it's cool. It's kind of like anticipation and all that. But yeah, so that's basically it. That's the build that I did for this barbecue. So that was a lot of fun. But like I said, I kept this simple. I just wanted to look uh you know really murdered out. So yeah, that's that build.
Damn, bro, that's so sick.
That
Yeah,
was a lot of fun.
yeah. Hey, so like regarding um, like the tinting, all right.
Yeah. Hmm.
the whole car is black. You see
Mhm.
the decals and everything. It just
Yeah,
looks thick. But as far as tinting, what's your method of tinting? Like, are you using just like Tamiya spray? Is it the smoke or is it the black?
right.
Like, what are you using for that?
Yeah, so basically, I use Tamiya smoke. Uh, I used to use the can, but now that I airbrush, I just buy the Tamiya smoke in the jar. So
Is it the LP series or
yeah, the LP. So I
okay?
use, yeah, so it's LP flat. I have it around here.
Yeah, because it looks clean. It blends in really well, bro, with the
Yeah,
car.
so yeah, this is the LP, this one.
All right.
So yeah, this is the smoke one. So yeah, so basically the way that works is uh in the glass you spray from the inside, obviously. That way the more coats you do, the darker it gets. So it's kind of, you gotta eyeball it, uh like start with two light coats, and then like put that glass like against like a light, and then it'll kind of tell you, okay, maybe I should go darker now. But the thing is, if you go too many coats, you can't undo it, so it's kind of like you gotta like take your time and do. And if you're gonna do all the same glass, the different, one glass in the back and two on the side, you have to use the same amount of coats, because then one glass will be darker than the other. So it's kind of, but being this car being black and the interior being black, I only had to give it like two coats, and then it still looks really dark. But if I shine a light through that glass, you could tell it's tinted. It's not like a full black window. But being that this car has black interior, it kind of looks really, really dark, like it's part of the paint. But yeah, that's what I use for smoke in the windows. But you have to be careful, because with that smoke, like if you go heavy, like it could kind of like go uneven, and then
Mm.
it could like just to say, for instance, like if you go heavy and then it drips, then that makes that smoke part of it that drips darker than the rest. So,
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah.
why it's better to go airbrush. You go light coats
Hmm.
and kind of gauge it that way. I mean, you could still do with airbrush, I mean with the can, to me a smoke, but just do light coats and kind of, whatever you do, don't go heavy, because
Yeah,
it could be a uneven glass, like
yeah. The
some
way,
part of it is gonna be darker than the other, and that's not what you want. Like
yeah.
on a car like this, I can get away with, because everything is black inside. But if you have a lighter interior that you could see through, you're gonna see
Mhm.
the imperfections if you go too heavy,
Yeah, and
or
the
or it'll be too dark, and you can't even see through it, so.
yeah, yeah.
But this one, like I said, if I shine the light through that glass, you can tell it's tinted. So I'm pretty happy how it came out.
Nah, I love the wheels. So the wheels are alpha model. Are the disc brakes also?
No,
Um,
disc brakes are just
the R35 ones from Aoshima?
R35. Yeah,
Okay.
R35 Aoshima. One of those detail
The
kits.
PE sets. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
one of those PA sets from Aoshima. So I use that for the that photo etch. And the thing is that with my brakes, if I choose a wheel that exposes so much, that I
Mhm.
like to try to get a photo etch rotor in there, at
Yeah.
least a disc, because it looks more realistic that way,
Hmm. For like the 30 R35s you've done in the past, like the Liberty Walks,
Yeah.
have you ever tried to put an engine in one of them?
You know what? The nice thing about those kits is that the hood is already off, so
Hmm.
you can put the motor in there, but the
Yeah.
thing is that the kit doesn't come with it.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Well, one time I was carrying all the different R35s, right?
right.
And there was one model that I had gotten into the store, and it's the R35 that had it's in red, like
Yeah.
the front and the cover.
Yeah.
and it's not the Liberty Walk version. It's just like the regular version. And I
That's
remember I opened it and I looked in there and I was like, "Oh, what? There's an engine in here."
right.
And then I
So
thought, "Man, you
uh-huh.
can grab that maybe and fit it in that."
Yes, yes. So
Okay.
it's still Aoshima build. So I believe the Tamiya one also has the motor. But yeah, the
Mhm.
Aoshima one from the regular kit, uh most of them do bring it. But yeah, that motor goes right into this one. They just because I believe because the reason they didn't put a motor in this because these RW Liberty Walk kits, pretty much they're more like the focus is pretty much the body kit, not the
Yeah.
motor, you know.
Hmm.
But if you want to go a full build on this, you can. The nice thing is that it's still based on the stock R35 with the
Yeah.
motor, so it still has the engine bay cover and stuff like that. You just got to get the motor from there, or in this case now, just get it 3D printed, you know.
Yeah.
So
True.
the motor that comes in that car now, there's a lot of files for it. So
Hmm.
you know, you could actually do it that way now. Like before, it used to be like you have to kit bash.
Yeah.
Now with 3D
Man.
printing, it's available,
Get
and I do
someone
have that I do have that kit. I have that motor, and I do want to build the RWB with a motor and everything that I can display it because these cars look so cool. I think
Mhm.
like in the outside, so it'll be cool to just go ahead and full detail one with a motor. You know?
Yeah, yeah. It's a trip when you say 3D print because sometimes I try to go back and think of like when somebody would hit someone up instead of 3D printing and be like, "Hey, do you think you can cast an engine for me?"
Right? Yeah.
Dang.
It's crazy how that doesn't even be used that much that word casting.
Yeah, dude.
Because even bodies, man, like a lot of the bodies that people wanted before are not being 3D printed. Not all of them, obviously.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's gonna be a while before you get all of the ones you want, or most of them. But
Dang.
for the most part, it's mostly 3D printing now. So it's crazy
Yeah.
how since the last time we talked, how much
Uh-huh.
it evolved, you know?
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, even back then, like getting, let's say, like a Jimmy Flintstone body was exciting, you know? I mean,
Yes,
it still is.
exactly.
Like they look
It
dope.
still
Like
is.
they hold
It's
up. They hold
yeah,
up. But sometimes
absolutely.
it's hard to find the donor kit sometimes too.
Yeah, exactly.
That you're like you either find it or it's or you see it, but it's very expensive, or you're kind of like,
Right.
dang.
And let me tell you, like, I'm not one of these that say, oh, now 3D printing took over. No, no. Even casting still has its place because, like you
Hmm.
said, Jimmy Flintstones, there's another guy that from Facebook called uh, Drag City. He does uh, like 30s, 430s, builds like Model A's and stuff, but chopped, kind of
Yeah.
like Jimmy Flintstones. But he does the all the like the ones that are popular, you know.
Hmm.
So, but he does them like chopped, and his casting is like perfect, man, really good. So, you know, there's those guys are still gonna be, you know, uh they're still gonna make money because you know they're actually good, and Jimmy Flintstone will still make money, I believe, because he still has unique stuff that even the 3D printers don't have. So to
Yeah, I
me,
still I follow
there's
him
always gonna be a place for them, you know.
on Facebook. He's very active on there, Jimmy Flintstone. He's always
Good, good.
posting like he's at different shows, all these
Right.
different things he comes across
Yeah.
that he picks up or he's selling. So it's pretty cool to find and to see that he's still like active, like out
Yeah.
there doing
Yeah.
his thing.
And you know, if something that is casted I need and they don't have in 3D printing, I'm gonna get a cast, you know, the
Hmm.
cast one, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you know, at the end of the day, you know, there's still gonna be a following for it. But 3D printing has really jumped, man. And it just gets more amazing, man, of the stuff people are, you know, having available for our builds, you know. It's
Yeah,
like,
man.
to me, I don't believe in that. All the hobbies leave. It's no, to me, I think it's more exciting right now to build more than ever because of the possibilities now with 3D printing now, you know. And the builds, man. When you go to these shows, man, you just start seeing stuff there now that you like. You scratch your head, like, man, like just because of 3D printing, just the options of wheels and just, man, full builds with like chassis that are like fully 3D printed, very detailed, very modern, and it's very exciting, man. Like, to me, I don't believe in the hobbies going away because I think it's just evolving. It's getting better.
Yeah. One thing too, like let's say for someone that's gonna buy an engine, 3D printed engine, they go to their first show or just like their local show and they see someone set up and they're selling 3D printed parts.
Mhm.
Do you feel like for someone that doesn't really know, like they buy an engine but they don't really know how it goes, do you think it's time that they start to like create like instructions or like a little breakdown, like start kind of drawing into that to
Well, I
add
think
to
I
it?
I believe that, like somebody, a newbie in the hobby will just eventually catch up. Meaning, like, not everybody's gonna need instructions, and basically now with when it comes to like building a motor or something, there's so many reference pics as far as what the motor looks like in real life now, like just googling and stuff, or just this modeling community, or just like the person who prints it. You can always ask them, how does this go? And that they'll tell you. At the end of the day, like I said, somebody brand new in the hobby is gonna probably struggle a little bit with the 3D parts, but then eventually they'll catch up because so many people are doing it. They're gonna start asking the right person the right questions.
Yeah, they'll connect with someone.
Yeah, and eventually they're just gonna it's just gonna come to them. It's just like when you paint a model. Sometimes, in the beginning it's not gonna be it's gonna be a while before you get a really nice paint job. But
Yeah.
after a while, if you really, like me, I was determined to get my paint jobs a lot better and a lot better. That every model get better. That I was very determined, that, or very dedicated to learning it. So when you really wanna go to that next step, you just keep asking people. And man, with YouTube especially, so many people there's so many people that so many modelers that are good teachers, man, especially on
Mhm.
YouTube. I learned so much on YouTube
Nah, hell yeah.
from all these modelers. Uh-huh.
That you're saying that about learning on YouTube, shout
Mhm.
outs to H-Town Model Shop.
Oh yeah,
'Cause
man.
yeah, with Freddie,
Freddie.
man. I chopped it up with them not too long ago. They were texting each
Really?
other. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shout outs to him
Yeah.
because I remember not knowing much, and I
Right.
remember his videos were like those first
Yes.
videos of seeing someone using House of Color.
Yes.
And then also like Mr. Cranky too. He was
Yeah,
like,
Dr. Cranky. Yep.
yeah,
I
Dr. Cranky.
remember.
And I was always tuned in into that stuff,
Me too.
I
Me
was like
too.
learning and I was like, dang, all right, th
The
these guys are doing it.
majority, yeah, and rest in peace to some guys that were great teachers. One of them was Don Yost. I
Yeah.
know him more because he used to go to every NNL East and all that. So he's from the East Coast. But he used to, before the internet or whatever, he used to put out videos like this,
Yeah, some
DVDs,
DVDs. Yep.
and I bought all of them, and I started like going through his videos and buying everything he suggested because I was blown away of his work, and I learned a lot from him. God rest in peace to him. He passed away a couple of years ago, but he was a great mentor to everybody, and a great character. But his builds were awesome, and I learned a lot from him. And then, YouTube just blew up with so many modelers, like you said, Dr. Cranky, Freddie H. Town. Shout out to him again. He was the when I first started, when I'm my first lowrider, I asked him how how to how to spray the house of color and the candies, and he gave me a lot of good tips, and I learned from him too. Yeah, he was great, man. I did chop it up with him a little bit not too long ago too. He did actually send me a text. So yeah, I wanna link up with him one day. Hopefully, I go over there. He's in Texas, so hopefully, when I go over there, I can link up with him.
Yeah, no, it was nice to hear from him, man. It was
Yeah,
like he was like just saying what's up, kind of like checking
yeah,
in, kind of, And I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
damn, that's pretty cool, man. Like he's like still doing his thing.
Yeah,
Um,
I know. I'm pretty sure he has all his stuff,
mhm.
and at the end of the day, life, man. Family, kids. At the end of the day, you know, sometimes, you get so overwhelmed with all of that that at the end of the
Mhm.
day, you don't have a lot of time left for your hobby. But I know that one day he's gonna come back. He's
Yeah.
gonna get back at it because he's very good, and I know he enjoyed building. So
Yeah,
shout
there's
out
some
to him.
friends like that I've met through the years who've kind of taken that break. It's
Hmm.
been a minute, and it's just one of those things where I know they'll come back because I know the car modeling or just building in general is in their heart, it's in their blood,
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's just right now it's not the time, they're busy, they got other priorities.
right.
But at least like when they come back around, we're all still here. Like we're all like, yo, what's up? Like welcome back,
Yeah, absolutely.
kind
And
of do it
like I
up.
always tell everybody that, sometimes like with this hobby, what I always tell everybody that no matter what, the hobby will always be here waiting for you. Like you could walk away, but don't worry, it'll be here when you're ready to be back.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel even when I took my hiatus. I mean, like I was still kind of in tune as much as I can, maybe not building as much, but I knew that I would come back
Mhm.
because it's just so much fun, man. It's so much fun, and it gets better, especially when new things come up, and then sometimes you get that new Porsche kit came out, the
Mhm.
GT3. You're like,
And
oh, like and
yeah,
those kind of things spark back in the hobby. Like, oh, I gotta get that. Next thing you know, you're getting paint, and you're getting back on it. I also have that one too. I bought some aftermarket parts for that
nice.
Porsche kit. I want
Yeah.
to build that too. You know,
Oh, that's dope. Yeah,
yeah,
for the viewers and listeners out there, we recently we linked up, we saw each other in
yeah,
May.
yeah,
SoCal Open. Yeah, you were out here.
yes,
You built a Corvair,
yes,
brought it out. This was part of Armando Flores' presentation, the
right,
Lovers,
yeah,
along, with a lot of other artists that were, did their Corvair and had it there in the presentation. That was awesome.
right. Hmm.
Um, you coming out here again to California, how was it this time around visiting? Compared to all the other ones, because now I feel like I always tell you, man, I feel like you're like this is your second home
Oh,
because
it
you're a native.
absolutely is. Yeah, absolutely is, man. I mean, well, first of all, it's what keeps me coming back is not only the models, but just the car scene in California. Like I don't get to see lowriders over here like over there, like and the type of um the car culture. Yes, we have a car culture over here, but it's way different. So that's number one. But I mean, the relationships I've because of this hobby that I was blessed to know you guys. You and Armando and Juan, Willie. I mean, I could name a bunch of you guys, but the hospitality and everything, and just going to shows with you guys has been a lot of fun. So I always see myself like excited to come back. So with with Armando, to me, like me and him, it's like he says, we speak the same language when it comes to these models. So we got a lot of ideas, and I like his presentations and stuff that he gets involved in, and I always get like excited to jump in, you know. So every time he has something going on, I try to like, all right, can I go? Let me try to go or build something for it. So I get excited. So those kind of things, those kind of shows, and then SoCal Open, um, man, I just have a great time in that show. I've been to at least three times. I've been to one, and every time was a fun show, and Art Lasky does a great job, and I always find myself that want to come back to that show. So and now that I did go to the last NNO West, so that will be my second, two times I went this year to California, because I went back to for SoCal. But yeah, no, I was linked up with Armando. We talk a lot, like at least every week we talk, and we're close friends. So basically, we share a lot of ideas, and we kick back ideas to each other. And when he says he wants to do a presentation, I always get excited about it, and I always, and it's always great to go to his house. He treats me, like family. So it's great. It's great. And yeah, so this time around, he decided to do Corvairs, and pretty much we just told a group of guys to do it, and the more and more he spoke to a few people, and just the he said, we'll just we'll just do a group of us, and next thing you know, we had like 12 guys that were 12 to 15 guys that were building Corvairs. So, to me, that was a model that a car that I thought it was interesting, but I didn't think I would build a model of it. But, but we just started sending pictures of each other about Corvairs, custom Corvairs, and I said, oh man. So I started getting ideas and stuff, and then I said, you know what? I think I got a plan. So I decided to build a 69 version, which is the only kit that's really readily available, which is the one that you got too, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's the one I got. Yeah, because
Right. And
Armando was
that's a
showing me some of the promos he got, and I was like, man, those are
yeah.
those are dope. But every time
Yeah,
I
that's
went
the
on eBay
first.
and I found one, it was either like the body was a little warped, the glass was
Right,
broken, like
right.
something wrong. His were like very clean.
Right, exactly. So, with his connections, he knows guys who has, vintage bill collections and everything. Plus, there were some available on eBay, man. They were expensive, man. So I did wanted to build a 64, the first gen one too, but they were kind of a little bit expensive, and I said, you know what? If I'm gonna get one that's kind of jacked up and warped, I'd rather just start with a kit that I can grab, So I actually Juana Mesqua had gifted me one, so I already had one. And then I started looking at the model, and I said, man, some of these guys are gonna build lowriders out of them. So I kind of don't really want to go the lowrider. I kind of want to go my own. So I kind of started looking at the car, started marking it up, and I wanted it to have spokes, but I didn't have wanted to look like a really like a lowrider. So I started getting inspiration from like European cars, like old Ferraris, old Jaguars, who had like spoke wheels, but they had like a European look, like a elegant, like luxury look, to them. So I started getting inspiration from those kind of old Ferraris and stuff, and Jaguars. So I kind of decided to do like a Euro build, kind of like if the car had spokes, and it kind of had the Euro look to it. So That's what I ended up doing. So I have it right here. If you want, we'll I'll share
Yeah,
you guys.
let's bust that out right now. Get it
Yeah.
ready while man, dude, like yeah, this was one car that I saw that you brought out. I was like, dude, this is like so dope. I remember you came over and you showed it to me, and I was like,
Right.
oh, this thing looks so dope.
Yeah, and I try to keep it, not share too much about it. So pretty much like, what I did basically is I lowered it. The wheels are actually from JPS Customs, and those are the wheels. And basically like the for the most part the car is stock, but what I did with this one was the front of these Corvairs are kind of like it's kind of like an overbite to me. So I kind of, if you could see down in the bottom, I did like a lower valance to the front, and so added a lower valance to for it to look lower in the front. And then the yellow clear is kind of like a Euro thing, that like some of these old European cars had, and they had like the yellow center, the quad that they had the yellow in the center, clear yellow. And this emblem right here, I shaved whatever was there, and pretty much this is like from a 55 Chevy. So I kind of put the emblem there, like that was from a 55 Chevy hood. And kind of like I just kind of like on the real car, it doesn't really have a rocker panel, but I wanted to add that detail, like if it had a rocker panel, and I did that with Hasegawa Chrome. The door handles are separate door handles. I actually shaved the ones that were there, and then I got those from another kit. I think from one of those Chevelle kits. The windows in the front, those little wing windows, I kind of left them in the open position. And then the interior, I kind of did a custom interior. So basically, these are also uh, JPS resin seats. So I took four of them. I took the headrests off of them and kind of gave it like a more modern, like orange leather look, like a old Ferrari. Um, the color of the body is uh, Gurney Eagle blue, so it's like a dark blue. Um, so yeah, I kind of just wanted the car to look like an old European car. The tail lights I used from 61 Impala. Um, the vents here, those vents came from like the old 356 Porsche. Uh, so I used them as a grill for these Corvettes had like air ducts there, so I used that. So yeah, I kind of like just had it slant, and yeah, so I kind of wanted this look on it, and yeah, let me show you the motor because I kind of detailed the motor. This kind of went with the masterpieces because there's a masterpieces. Uh, it was a masterpieces. Come on. All right, yeah, with the masterpieces presentation. So basically, the motor, I was gonna go with a different motor, but I stuck with the original motor, and pretty much it's stock, but it's detailed. Let me see if I can get it to focus a little. So yeah, so pretty much I put stacks on it, and carburetors from like a flat six Porsche motor, and it's pretty detailed. You know, um, it has aluminum pulleys. Yeah, so like I pretty much just wanted the car to look clean, and kind of give it that vibe of like a European car from back in the day. So that's kind of pretty much Uh, that's pretty much the build there, and it was a lot of fun. And I just wanted to, to for it to look clean and just kind of a little different. So it's kind of like my taste on it, and I didn't just want it to look like just a regular Corvair. So yeah, so that's the Corvair.
Man, that looks beautiful. It's crazy because right now, as you were showing us,
Hmm.
and you were zooming in on the interior and
Hmm.
everything, I'm starting now on the body to see now that it's the same year as the one I'm working on. I'm
Yeah,
seeing all those differences, all the
yeah,
customization that you added to yours
yeah,
versus to what I have mine, especially like those vents. I know
yeah.
on mine, like the hood, the trunk does not have any of that. So now I'm seeing like, damn, the work that you put into to cut that
Right.
up, put it in. The ones that I have, I mean, they're small, and they're on the body,
Yeah.
and I'm just thinking, damn, you fill those in and all that.
Yeah, no.
That's
Oh, one more
crazy.
thing. One more thing that I wanted to show you guys on this one that I
Let's check it out.
forgot to mention. So if you notice on the hood, like on these Corvairs, they will have like a gas door here, and I just felt that gas door did not look right in that fender. So what I did was I put a gas cap on the cowl there as a recessed gas cap. So basically, what I did was with this hood, I scribed the door and the edge and the angle like this to give it room for that cap. And it's kind of like a European touch. It's like something like a Porsche sometimes will have, a gas cap in the middle of the hood or something like that, or somewhere, or Porsche, I mean, or Ferrari will have. So I kind of kept going with that theme. Or the side mirrors are also from an old Porsche too. So I kind of like try to like do the European touches. I don't know if I nailed it as a European car, but I kind of, like I said, I didn't want it to look too low riderish, but I wanted to look clean and kind of elegant. So yeah, I just wanted to
Man,
show you
that's
guys about that gas cap because
that's dope. Let me
yeah,
show you the guys what you're talking about. Here, I got
uh-huh,
mine right in front of me.
yeah.
Let's see
Oh,
how
nice.
how
Uh-huh.
close I could get it to the camera
Yeah.
here
Uh-huh.
on the
Got you.
screen. So it's pretty much just right there in that
Right.
in
Uh-huh.
that fender part. Let's see. Oh, there it
Yeah,
is.
that's the door. And to me, like it just didn't flow right with the rest what my theme.
Uh-huh.
So I filled that
Dang.
up with
Oh,
CA glue and sanded it down. And I said, you know what? I want a recessed gas cap up
ah,
on top. So
yeah. And there it is.
yeah, there it
Damn,
is.
dude,
Yeah.
you're giving me ideas. I'm gonna have to fill this in. I'm gonna put
Yeah.
mine on the top of the roof right here. Then I'm gonna run
Yeah.
the gas lines through the side, nah, through the pillars, nah. Ah, dude,
No,
that's
but
that's pretty sick.
like I said, it's one of those things where, like sometimes like these cars talk to me, man. Like when I customize a car, I'll be like, that don't look right. I
Mhm.
just have to do my own thing sometimes because of that.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, dude, that looks crazy. Even when you showed it to me and you were like, "Hey, check it out," and I was looking at it, I love the combination of the interior with the body, right?
Uh-huh.
But when I was like looking at it, I didn't really look too much into the interior, like the detail.
Yeah.
And now when you were showing it this way in the video, I was able to see more in depth
Right.
because, like I have the original stock, like the little tub that goes
Right.
in there. So now I'm
Exactly.
seeing like the seats that you just said
Right.
you used, but then
Uh-huh.
also the interior door panels.
Right.
They're so
Exactly.
smooth, and then the armrests, like
Right.
that looks
So that,
dope.
yeah, I scratch built the armrest to kind of, because the stock one it didn't blend well with the seats that I put in. So I kind of
Mhm.
wanted to modernize it. So what I did a chrome strip around, just again to keep the car elegant, in some kind of way elegant.
Mhm.
And that's what I did, and pretty much The color of the interior is a old tester's can. It's called mango, and
Oh, shoot.
yeah. So I just sprayed it, and then on a spoon, and then I flat coated it,
Yeah.
and it gave me the leather look, that like from an old Ferrari
Yeah.
that I
Dang,
was looking for.
everyone's going on eBay right now looking up mango, old
Tester's
can,
mango.
testers.
Yeah, man. I mean, dude, I share everything. Any
That's
any questions, hit me up.
that's dope. That's dope.
Hey Edgar, what's going on in the chat that I didn't even look yet?
Yeah, yeah. Let's see what's up right here. So
Mhm.
right now, I mean Armando Flores is here. Slowly, Casey all the way in Australia. Kid Builder Chris from the UK is on here. Shout outs to Modelcar 1589. There's also a shout out from Scale Model Works official.
Nice.
Let's see. Willie's on too. So
Willie, what's up? What's up?
yeah.
Armando, what's up?
Crow
Casey.
Crow Customs also.
Nice.
Eddie. Yeah, yeah. And then someone called Go For It Painting too from Hungary
Yeah.
as
Shout out
well,
to you
man.
guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's pretty nice, man. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, just hit us up in the chat like that you would want for me to ask George.
Yeah.
Let me plug in also
Hmm.
the sponsor for this episode. Uh
Absolutely.
let me uh let me go ahead and grab the info here for you guys. So just check it out, guys. The official sponsor for this ScaleRiders podcast episode is none other than Left Coast Scale Classic. Got a flyer right here for the event. Beautiful flyer that's going down. This is going to be next year in April 2026. I also got some stickers as well that are going to be being packed together in all the online orders that I'm shipping out from scaleriders.com. So April 25th, 2026 at the Ventura County Fairgrounds. This is going to be the Left Coast Scale Classic, the first annual event. And the theme will be mini trucks. So, the show's going to be from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's going to be model car display and hobby swap meet. Admission is $25. For more info, check out leftcoastscaleclassic.com. And there's also going to be proceeds to benefit Band of Brothers. And here you have it. So this is the cover to the flyer. You see the mini truck. So I have like a stack of these flyers. I also have the stickers that I'll be giving away for free on the orders until supplies last. So once I'm like out of them, I'm gonna try to like, bug the guys and be like, hey, I need some more flyers and stuff to hook everybody up and spread word. It's until April of next year. So just like mark your calendars. I'll keep mentioning in future episodes and also be plugging in on Instagram and things like that. But any questions or anything, just check out the website right there, or even, you can just always hit me up too and let me know right there. But I hope you can make it out to this too, George, next year.
Yeah,
It'll be pretty
I
cool.
mean, yeah, sounds like a really good show, and I'm always down to do a different show. So, yeah, that sounds like a good thing, and low mini trucks is I love mini trucks, so
Mhm.
I'll love to do a mini truck for that, a new one. So
Yeah, man. It's gonna be that's gonna be pretty dope. Doing
yeah,
like some mini trucks right
right.
there. But see now because it's not just gonna be model cars, there's also gonna be like everything from like diecast to like
Nice,
RC. And
good.
even from what I heard, even some 101 scale cars will
Oh,
be
nice.
present there. So
Oh, nice.
there's gonna be like, everything related to cars, but the
Yeah,
main focus obviously would be the scale model
nice. Yeah,
event there. So
yeah. No, I'll check it out and try to make it to that one. That sounds like a good one to go to. I saw in the oh, shout out to Willie and Dedicated Magazine. Willie, I just got my magazine. Thank you, man. Uh, great issue, man. Shout out to Dedicated Magazine. Uh, it was a great issue, man. Thank you for sending me the issue.
yeah, it's nice, man. I mean, we talked about it earlier. It's a
Mm-hmm.
premium issue, man. Like when you
Yeah,
flip through the pages and look at everything, it's like it's pretty nice. I know I've
yeah.
said it before on the podcast, but I feel like it sometimes an issue like that would be pretty dope if it's like maybe even like an annual issue
Yeah.
because
Hmm.
collectively, you can have content footage of all the shows through the year, right? Out
Right.
here on the West Coast, or if you have, other photographers in other areas that can
Right.
document stuff, but at least it's like you got a bigger time frame, put everything kind of together. Because
Hmm.
just flipping through the pages is pretty dope because it's like a time capsule. You go back in time, things that were captured in the show, but it's not
Right.
just also cars. There's also photographs of the
Right.
artists and just people kicking it and stuff.
Right.
So
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
pretty special.
It is. It is because and the good thing about what Willie and Davey do is they do capture the group of guys, and that's just as important to for you to look back and be like, oh man, this is the show we went to look at the group picture,
Yeah, yeah.
and you don't see that with the other magazines as much. So you
Hmm.
know shout out to them. They're doing a great job, and looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, yeah, same here. No,
Mhm.
definitely. One event that I think we need to bring up too, this is from also your club, one of the members, Ricky, that
Oh
you
yeah.
you had attended. So th this was it earlier this year, right?
Yeah, it was
I'm down.
earlier. It was in March, and
Okay.
pretty much, Ricky, great friend of mine. He's like another member of my club, but he's like me and him, we share the same ideas. He's a really good builder. He scratch builds a lot of his builds. Really good modeler. Uh, you can find out more Ricky's. He's goes by Rick the Builder in on Instagram, and his real name is Ricky Wallace. You can find him Ricky Wallace Facebook. But yeah, basically he wanted to do a show, but he mainly wanted to do kind of like a meet, not kind of like a contest, so he always thought about like the real cars and coffee in real life, but in models instead of real cars. Really in one-on-one scale of cars and coffee. You announce it, and then you bring your real cars and just kind of just hang out. So he kind of wanted to that same concept, but instead of real cars, it'll be model cars. So he actually did have coffee there, but but yeah. So basically, he just wanted people to come and just put their models down without no pressure, without no like filling out, build sheets and all this stuff, and the registration. None of that. He just wanted to put tables out there, have coffee, have some snacks, and just have guys come over and just shoot the shit, man. Just kind of hang out, so yeah, he did his first one in March. It was called Model Cars and Coffee by Ricky the Builder. And yeah, so he's a club member. So uh we basically as a club just plus whatever other help he had from his friends and family, we all chipped in and helped them work that event, and we had a good time, man. And it's kind of like he picked the right moment because kind of the kickoff show in over here in the East Coast is kind of NNO East, but that's in April, Edgar. So kind of guys get like they needed something before that, So now by him doing that in March, at least guys already like are excited. They want to go to that first show of the year, So by him doing it in March, it gave guys opportunity to, oh, finally we got a show to go to, and it's cheap. It was just like it was only like $5 to get in, and pretty much we just set up a bunch of tables as the club. We set up two of our dioramas, and we just put the club cards in the diorama because a lot of people talk about dioramas and stuff like that. So we just set those up, and pretty much we put tables. So imagine, Edgar, like you're not going into a show like a show and seeing signs of muscle cars and imports and trucks. No, you just put your model wherever you want. So basically, if you bring eight models and they're all different classes, don't matter. You're not there to compete. You're just there to display your model and just have fun. And it was cool because now you just put all your models together, and all of a sudden now you chop it up with your friends and you're showing them all your builds in one spot. You're not like, oh, I have a truck over there in that side of the show and I got this. You kind of, so so you look around that room and you seen everybody having fun. Everybody's showing their models and everything, and there was no pressure, like no ballots to build to fill, no, it was none of that. It was just a hangout. So it was cool, man. It was a lot of fun, and he's gonna do it again next year.
Yeah, isn't that sometimes like one of the stressful things when you show up to a show? Like you have to kind of disappear for a moment and with a
Yeah,
stack of forms and like be filling them
right,
out.
exactly. So he eliminated all of that. And basically, we had door prizes like a real show. And he actually built scratch built a postal truck slammed, like it was inspired by 101 postal truck. So he raffled that off. So pretty much people bought raffle tickets for that. So someone at the end of the show actually won that. So we made an announcement. We had a kid from the crowd pull the number, and someone won that model that he made scratch
Dang.
built.
Yeah,
So like the vibe was good, man. It was very good. And it's just an idea out there that you don't always have to, as long as you have a place to do something like that.
yeah.
It doesn't have to be something like as formal as a show that, oh, all this going on, just
Mhm.
a simple hangout. Sometimes it's even better, like
Yeah.
me. And kudos to all those guys that compete. Sometimes, it's a lot better when you're not competing. You just kind of, you know just kicking it with your boys, and
Hmm.
just sharing your builds. And yeah, it's a lot of fun when it's like that. So he plans to do it again next year,
Oh,
and
that's
we'll be there. We're gonna help him. We're that's our club member, so we're gonna actually work that show. So
in the truck that he raffled off. There's photos of that on his Instagram
yes, on
page
his
as well.
Instagram and his Facebook. And if you look at his stuff, man, you'll be impressed. He let me show
Yeah,
you
go for
guys
it. Go for
something.
it. You need to go get something. Dang. Hey, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying. Let's see. George is gonna bust something out right now. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah,
Um,
give me.
we can check it out. Check it out right here. Let's see.
Okay, so
Um,
this is all right. No, go ahead. You're gonna make an announcement.
no, go for it. Go for it.
Okay. Uh, real quick. This is a scratch built UPS truck that he built. I showed it before in another podcast, but this is all scratch built except the wheels. And I have it here because he gifted it to the club, and this is all scratch built and so cool, man. That he does stuff like that, and it's just mind blowing. The stuff that he come up with. So like it even has posable suspension, like, you know, and it's detailed out. He did his own take on it. So Ricky does stuff like this, and he's a really talented builder, and yeah, he does stuff like that. Look, speakers, and yeah, I mean, even the door, the sliding door and all that. But yeah, so that just kind of give you an idea of this type of stuff that he builds. So yeah, this is I he gifted it to the club, and I hold it here, and I keep it nice and safe, and in a case, and yeah, he's really talented. So that's the type of stuff that Ricky builds. And no, so imagine that, but he did a small postal truck, and it was weathered and all that. It was really cool, man. So
Dang,
shout out
that's
to Ricky.
crazy. Yeah, yeah, dude.
Mhm.
I love the front grill, like the face. It looks
Yeah,
very mean, very aggressive.
right. And he slammed it to the ground, and even on the side, it has like a slide out with like an air ride
Mhm.
details in it. Really, really cool. He's a really talented builder. So we're
Creative, man.
lucky to
That's
have
pretty
him
dope.
in our club.
Yeah, that's
Hmm.
pretty dope. Nah, he like killed it right there.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, like later when you get the info, let me know. I'll plug that in there.
Sure. Yeah.
Let me
Once
know.
he has it'll be in March again next year. So
Yeah, and it's
once
there in New Jersey as well?
no,
Or
he's actually in Pennsylvania.
oh, Pennsylvania. Okay.
Yeah, so
That's out
he's in
there.
Pennsylvania. But once we have the flyer and everything, I'll make sure that you have it in so we can
Mhm.
start promoting when we're ready.
Dang, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
And so like this year, I know, we got the Acme show coming up, Atlanta.
Yes. Yes, in
And
October.
last episode, Armando and myself, we kind of been entertaining that thought of going.
Yeah.
And I know you're a regular. You've been going to this
Yeah.
show
I go to
for
that show a lot.
for quite a while, right?
Yeah,
It's
man.
been
I mean, even I think COVID year was the only year I didn't go, but I probably went to the last 6 or 7 of them, to be honest with you.
dang, all right,
And
all
it's
right.
it's cool. I mean, guys come from all over the place, and great modelers. Even like Gary Seeds goes to that show. I
Yeah.
seen him go to it at least the last 3 years. So
Wow.
yeah, a lot of YouTubers go over there. I met a lot of my YouTuber friends over there. That's kind of like the hub show they go to.
Yeah.
So no, they do a great job. It's a wonderful venue. They have a big venue now, brand new building, nice hotel. And I really recommend people coming because the quality of builds, man, it's just like hundreds of wonderful models, and you'll get a lot of the best modelers go there, and you're gonna be impressed. Even if it's models that you don't even build, like NASCAR, let's just say, dude, like you're gonna be so impressed of the the quality of these NASCAR builds or sprint cars or race cars. Even if that's not your cup of tea, you're gonna appreciate the workmanship that these guys put out in that show. And the cool thing about that show as well is the top 10, and it's people's choice. So pretty much you just get a ballot. You vote your two favorite from the two themes, and then you pick your favorite eight. So the ballot says your favorite eight, and they tally up the top 10 from there. Um, and then the nice thing is that they tell you before the award show, do not put your models away, do not start packing them up, because once if you get called for the top 10, they'll call you and they'll tell you bring your model up to stage. So they'll give you a nice award, and they'll take a picture of the top 10 builds. So it's different, the show, and I highly recommend it. So I'm excited that you guys are planning on coming. I already got my plane tickets. It's already, at least I got that. But I'm working on probably like last 2 years I rented an Airbnb because it was a group of us. So we'll probably do that again this year. Once I get the number of guys that are coming, I'm gonna probably start looking for another house to rent. The hotel is great if you could get the hotel, but that hotel sells out pretty fast. So
Yeah,
just
yeah.
in case, I mean, even if that hotel's not available, um there's a lot of hotels nearby, but I definitely really recommend it. It's on the 26th of October this year.
Yeah, no,
So
yeah,
yeah.
we're looking forward to it. I was telling that to Armando, like I think like once we lock in like our flight ticket,
Yeah.
hotel, all that good stuff, then it's
Yeah.
like, all right, we're in. We're committed.
Right,
There's no
exactly.
oh man, this happened. We can't go, nah, it's like we're
No,
going
I mean,
in, we're not gonna
I,
cancel.
I mean, look, it's just like me. I did I got a lot of met a lot of cool friends and a lot of cool guys that I go and meet up. Like Dennis Matthews goes there every year. I see him every year there. So I chop it up with him. He goes to dinner with us, So he hangs out with us. So yeah, guys come from Florida. Yeah, so uh yeah, it'll be great if you guys go. It's a little different. You'll still see lowriders, like for those guys who build lowriders. You're gonna see some lowriders, but it'll be nice for guys to bring those over. And man, it's a great time. It's a great
That's
time. So I'm
dope.
looking forward to it.
That's
I
cool.
actually I have one build working on one build. I could show you guys. It's in primer stage. It's just a mock up here, but it's a beetle that I've been wanting to build for a while. It's kind of like I'll show you. Here we go. Okay, so this is pretty much I don't want to really give too much info, but it's pretty much gonna be a clean build. If you guys look, remember my Herbie here. So it's kind of like the same thing, but uh California style. But this one's gonna be the color scheme is gonna be pretty cool, and pretty much this one's gonna be more like a clean build, and yeah, this is what I got on the bench here, and these bumpers, they had the like the guards and everything, and I shaved those off and actually got those bumpers re-chromed, so they're not like sprayed on chromed. I actually send those out to Spotlight Hobbies. So this is the Beetle that I want to unveil over there. I try to always unveil a new build over there. So this was definitely one I want to bring out for over there. So yeah, this is pretty much it. And yeah, it's gonna this one I'm working on it little by little. So I'm looking forward to getting this one out for Atlanta.
And the roof, I see you already have it like cut out.
Yeah, so I scribed it. It scribed it deep in there. So pretty much since I'm still working on body work and everything, I didn't want that big hole, because it's weaker. If like once I get to the point where I'm ready to paint it, then I'm gonna cut the rest of it off. But since I was still doing body work and stuff, I left it where scribed good enough, where deep enough, where I just need to run the scriber a couple of more times and it'll come right off. So
Oh, nice. Someone in the chat, Scale Innovations asks, "What is California style?"
like for me, I mean, it just like a slant bug, like with like stretch steelies in the back, Porsche steelies, or VW steelies, um, with maybe like a swamp cooler, just kind of like a surfer style, uh, kind of bug, where really aggressive. I've seen them, a lot of them all over the place, but I seen a lot of them in California this way, with the really cambered deep wheels in the back. So I kind of, to me, the I call it a California style, but I seen it everywhere else like that too, mainly in California. So that's kind of what I think. That's what I call Cali style, but that's what I mean. Like you probably see like this style with like a basket on top, maybe a surfboard, uh, that kind of style, but mainly like really dragging to the floor in the front. So,
That's dope. Yeah,
mhm.
I could picture your VW going down like the PCH in California
Mm.
over here, like
Oh yeah,
next to the ocean, just headed down towards like Santa Monica, Venice Beach area
yeah,
like that.
man. Yeah, so I get a lot of inspiration from a lot of pictures, and yeah, this one's is like my Herbie was all one color and just kind of had that livery. This one's kind of gonna be like kind of the same thing, but more like a lot of chrome in it. Like it'll have the chrome handles, the chrome, wipers. Whereas the Herbie was all one color. So yeah, this is a build that I had in mind for a while. So I got at least all the body work done pretty much. So I'm gonna cut the rest of that roof off and start shooting some base color soon.
That's dope. Can you also show us the truck that you
Yeah.
created that was for the presentation out there at the Pink Motel
Oh
for
yeah.
the that genocide show?
Yeah. Sure. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, man, I love this truck. This is like a replica of a real one-on-one scale truck that's out here in California. Let's see. When I saw this thing, I was like, damn, this is sweet. Love it.
Okay, so shout out number one to Armando because there's no way I could have pulled this off without his help. Um, okay, so let me just give me 1 second. Okay, so this is actually like you said a replica of a real one-on-one truck by E-Dog Customs. He's originally from California, but I think he moved to a different state now. But this truck, I first saw it in a magazine, in one of those truck magazines, and then I started finding it on Instagram, and man, I fell in love with this truck. But there's no way I can pull off this paint job, on my own. I don't have the skill set that Armando or some of you guys in California have with these lowriders. So pretty much, I asked Armando, if I build the truck, can you do the paint job? He said, yeah, man, I can do the paint job. So I pretty much, stands the truck out just like the real one, and added all the details that the real truck had. Just like even that car, the cover back there, like he has a cover like that with the biscuit tuck. So I did that. I kind of did all those details in the inside too with the biscuit tuck, just like the real truck. I added all the details that I could on it. The grill is a 3D printed by oh man, a big man. What was David's handle? David it's a big, oh man, I'm so sorry. I forgot the Instagram name. But he 3D printed the grill for me, and that was a very important part. I actually the batteries are low, but it's actually has the lights on. I put lights in the. I kept it a curbside because this truck pretty much, the paint job is really what uh what speaks on this truck. The batteries are a little low, but you can see that I the grill see through. Yeah, and the paint job by Armando Flores, man. It's great because not only because of the truck and the details, but I have something that I'm on the floor is painted in my collection. So, this is a very special build for me. And yeah. So basically, this was built for another presentation that Armando did. Was the pink? He did a pink motel diorama, and I remember the year before his presentation, this truck was showcased in the middle, right in the front of the hotel. So I said, Armando, how about we build this truck and then the other, I believe it was a 63 or 64 Impala, a pink one. I forgot the name of it. Well, that was also in the front of that hotel in real life in the year before that. So we kind of used that as inspiration to to build the diorama and have those two cars in the front, just like they had them in the prior year. So yeah, this paint job. If you look at pictures of the real truck, man, it looks just like it. So I'm really proud about this. And I actually did show it to the real owner at the show. He was blown away, man. He really digged it. So yeah, this truck gets a lot of looks and made a lot of noise, and really proud of it, man. Really happy how it came out. Yeah, so that's
Yeah,
the truck.
that's dope. Yeah, you regarding David, his handle is Big Guy's Garage
Big guys. Oh
on
man.
Instagram. Yeah,
I
he
I
also has
apologize,
the
David. I forgot the handle.
oh good.
Yeah,
He's
man,
on
but
Colt
but
also.
yeah, he's yo, big shout out to him, man,
Yeah.
because that grill is so important to this build, this truck that makes this whole truck. So I basically had to base the only way I could have pulled this off this truck was if Armando helped me with the paint and then David with that grill. So what I did, Edgar, I actually sent David a cab so he can, instead of me giving him like dimensions and stuff. I was like,
Yeah,
look,
yeah.
here, take a cab. I had two of
Dang.
that. Take the cab and you fit it on and then send it to me. So it worked out better that way.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. Going
Hmm.
the extra mile right there, and then him,
Yeah.
helping you out, putting in the work and getting
Yeah,
it
he
all
came
going.
through and we I sent the grill to get chromed.
Uh-huh.
And man, it was received well. Everywhere I take this truck, I get a lot of compliments. But
That's
I always
cool.
shout out everybody who gets anybody who helps me with any of my builds. I always say I got this grill from this one. I did,
Hmm.
or the wheels from this person. But
Yeah,
yeah, this that was a lot of fun.
that's dope. Yeah, Pro Customs from the UK. He was out here. He says he's like he comments saying the truck is amazing. I got to see the real one at Santa Maria in 2023.
Oh, nice.
So that's pretty dope, man. From him coming all the way from out there, he was able to
Yeah, shout
see
out to
that.
him for making it down there. And yeah, that truck it's so impressive in real life and yeah, I'm happy that we got this one done and yeah, it looks really close to the real truck. So
Nice. Yeah, David, he just tuned in from Eternals all the way in Spain.
oh, what's
Yeah,
up, man?
yeah,
What's up,
yeah.
David?
That's
Hey
cool.
man,
Shout
the
outs to David.
Eternals, man. I miss those guys' stuff too, man. Seeing their stuff. Hopefully they get back and start posting new stuff.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff, people are posting, doing things. Some people are in hiatus and everything, but eventually everyone's gonna, come around for full circle and get back at it, posting and just being active on there. And,
Right.
for those of us that are, getting back into it or those that are active, we just gotta keep going,
Mm-hmm.
keep holding it
Absolutely.
down right there. That's pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so next year, uh if you wanted to plug in just to kind of let people know about the
Right,
diversified scalers, this will be not this year, but next year.
right. So basically, I have a lot of friends that talk about, hey, we used to have our show, and then guys like, hey, are you guys gonna do a show again? So basically, we went 9 years straight doing shows, and we did a show every year, and then the pandemic hit, and that was 2020. So we had already our flyers ready, and because usually our shows in September, but the pandemic all happened in the beginning of the year, so we um we had flyers and everything, but we ended up canceling, just like a lot of other shows canceled. So we canceled that year, and we didn't go back to doing another show. I felt my club, we needed a break from it as well. But now the club grew a little more, and guys have been very active, and we talked about it, and we said maybe it's time to bring the show back. So let me show you. We just did this teaser flyer because we don't have the actual date, but just so you guys can see, um hold on. Pretty much it's gonna be the fall of next year. So basically the 2026. So I pretty much not gonna promote that much, but I just kind of want to put it out there that especially people on the East Coast that come to our show, that we'll be bringing the show back. And yeah, so it'll be sometime in September next year. Once we lock in the date and everything, we'll make an official flyer. But we just made this flyer just to put it out there in NL East, because it's a big show, and we just wanted to put a flyer out there to let people know to look out for it for next year. So it'll be next fall, and the themes, we just kept the themes that we were supposed to have on the last show when the pandemic hit. So it's still gonna be Tri Five Chevys and Toyotas. So basically, the Toyota builds, any Toyota, Lexus, or Scion kits, we're gonna build a diorama for that specifically, and yeah, just when we have more info on it, we'll put give you guys a holler. But there's our info right there, guys. So you can find us on Facebook, and that's our email. So if you guys want more info, you could guys can hit us up. But stay tuned. We'll have a official flyer later on. Um, in the beginning of the year. So once we have all the details sorted out. So thanks for letting me shout that out, Edgar.
Yeah, man. Yeah, later I would like to somehow get my hands on some of them flyers too in
Oh
the
yeah, yeah,
future.
no doubt, no doubt.
Pass those
I
out right
um
there.
I'm definitely, like I said, this is not the official flyer. That's just kind of like a teaser. Um, but as soon as we do, once I make the stack, I'm gonna definitely send them to you so you can, to help. And we appreciate your help and always supporting all the shows and
Oh yeah,
shouting
man.
everybody out.
Yeah, for sure. And also, before we end the episode, I wanted to shout out Pete from Scale World.
Oh
He's
yeah,
back
absolutely.
active. That's dope.
Yes. Yeah, shout out to Pete. Um Pete has been back and active. He started Scale World again, which you guys you can showcase. That's another place, another platform that you can showcase your models. Uh just go to scaleworld .org, and uh, so I don't have a flyer on me now, but you find him on Instagram and on Facebook, and he'll send you a link, or you can look and go on the website, and you could showcase your model, and he'll post it on Instagram, he'll post it on Facebook. So it's a good thing that Pete's doing that, because people look forward to, you know uh, showcasing their. Not everybody can go to shows. People work on weekends. On these modelers, some of them can't make it to shows. So that's a nice platform that you can showcase your models as well.
Yeah, so just to plug in some info, I'm on his Instagram page right now.
Okay, good.
On so if you're looking for him on Instagram, it's at scaled_world. And he also on his bio, he has a couple links. One of them's to the email. You can email him at featurescaleworld@gmail.com. And the other one is just the webpage that George mentioned, scaleworld.org. Um, you know, I know even for myself, I need to take some photographs of some of my builds and like
Yeah,
support him by like sending him
absolutely.
stuff, and then hopefully do like some type of collaboration post or something, just to get the word out there
Absolutely.
for
Yeah.
for his page.
Yeah, and Pete's a great guy. He loves the hobby, and he's a busy guy. He has a family and everything, but he puts time into this hobby, and he likes to support everybody who builds. And yeah, you guys would the his website is great. You see upcoming shows, flyers for upcoming shows, and you can actually send him a message, and if there's a flyer that you want to promote, he'll put it out there. So yeah, it's a good website. So shout out to Pete,
Yeah,
scaleworld.org.
that's awesome, man. Well, hey George, this episode was cool, man, having conversation with you. Um,
Absolutely.
you want to give any shout outs or anything to anybody before we head out?
First and foremost, shout out to my club on the Diversified Scalers. You know, uh, we've been having great couple of barbecues, and we're looking for in the shows. And um, I love our crew. I like what everybody's putting out, and looking forward for us to throw our show back again with the new guys. And yeah, shout out to everybody. And yeah, and everybody who's listening, and everybody who supports um myself and my club, and the whole modeling community, man. Because at the end of the day, whoever supports this, we're just gonna keep keep building, and keep being relevant to anybody who's interested in all the modelers. Shout out to you, Edgar, as well. And all my friends all over the place, California, Texas, anywhere in the world. Anyone who supports what I do. And yeah, keep building, man. Put your stuff out there, man. Inspire everybody, because that's what we got to keep doing.
Awesome, man. No, awesome. No, George, thank you for taking the time. I know it's late on your end.
It's
It's
all
almost
good,
gonna probably
man.
be what, 3 a.m.?
That's okay, man. It doesn't matter. This is fun, man. And we'll definitely do it again. When it gets closer to the shows or whatever. And looking forward to, hopefully, you guys all come to Atlanta. And maybe we'll have a recap after that.
Yeah, 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 most definitely. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I just want to thank everybody for watching and listening to this podcast episode. This was number 254 with Vision 124. We will definitely have them back on for a future episode. And just, I hope you guys are finding some enjoyment, some inspiration, and also hopefully if you're not building but you want to get back into it, this is hopefully a precursor to get you, back. I will be continuing other not, I don't want to say episodes, but just going live on YouTube, just building, and just kind of hanging out, going through the whole like process of some of the stuff, especially with the most recent like Corvair build I got going on. I want to do something with painting and stuff like that. So I haven't really found like an actual date yet. But I know Tuesdays will definitely most likely be like the podcast night that I'll be, doing episodes. And then later I'll figure something out for the rest of the days to do the builds right there. And hopefully in the future I could figure out something where I could get some guests on, maybe a way to do like a live build, with the guest. That could be like another kind of idea right there. But yeah, this is 65 Lokes here, heading out, checking out. Hope you guys have a good night. And thank you, George, again, for joining
Thank
me
you for
here on
having me.
the podcast. And yeah, man, it's a pleasure, man. So peace out, guys.